Still surfing around for information for Killer Klowns from Outer Space the game? Well, you in the right place. Killer Klowns have been fairly quiet outside of posting pics on Twitter, but if you notice, those Twitter posts are starting to show some gameplay content. I wonder what this could mean. I know the developers are getting tired of being asked, when's the release date? When is the release date? When is the release date? And yet, the developers are resilient and no mention of a release date yet, even though it was told to be releasing within 6 months of 2024. I want to believe that the game is on track to release and TerraVision and Ilphonic have some more gameplay to show us. Now I want you to take away a few things from these clips I showed you that was posted on Twitter. Here's the 2 clips that I mentioned before. First thing I want to say about these trailers is that the graphics is way more polished than what we've seen, and the sound effects in the game was pretty cool. The second trailer showed off the popcorn gun. Not too much of a fan of the reloading mechanic of the gun because it seems like the process takes too long. If the developers are starting to show glimpses of the game with sound effects, then there should be more of the game already wrapped up and ready to go, right? So, the state of play is back and could be the opportunity that is needed to jumpstart TerraVision release of this game. February 6th is the next showing for state of play and could be a great opportunity. Here's why. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre the game hype is leveling out now, but the developers at Gun seem to have more content ready to go. State of play is the perfect time to be dropping content if you're Ilphonic or TerraVision to grab some of the TCM audience attention. Killer Klowns will be facing off against Texas Chainsaw Massacre once it released, even if the developers do not see it that way. Killer Klowns from Outer Space the game and Texas Chainsaw Massacre the game is pretty much the same concept, which is multiple killers versus multiple survivors. I want to be clear that TerraVision being at state of play is a big maybe though, because Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to be a key focus. But also remember to be focused on hitting one of those engagement buttons at the bottom of this video. I appreciate it. So I was scrolling on Twitter and came across this tweet, and the Killer Klowns from Outer Space game representative responded saying that they are cooking up something really good. Now, I've been keeping an eye on Discord, Reddit, and Twitter, and developers rarely make a remark on any progress or where they are in development of Killer Klowns. So to read a tweet like this must mean they are in a good position to start showing some content. Where else better than state of play since it's right around the corner. Now, I don't think the game being released in the first half of 2024 is too far out of the question. Just depends on the first 3 months of seeing what TerraVision and Ilphonic is going to do in order to get the community hyped and prepared for this game. I was looking through Killer Klowns from Outer Space the game Discord and seeing people losing faith in this game, and I can't blame them, but I don't think the developers is forfeiting development of this game. I do believe that the game is a challenge to develop and get launch ready, so I wouldn't suggest gamers to expect a bug-free game when it actually releases. To be honest, if you remember how Evil Dead the game was launched and how buggy and glitchy that game was, I expect Killer Klowns to be a little better than that at release, but not too far better. And this is not because I hate the game or wish them a terrible start. I just have seen how these types of games release. I have experienced these types of games at release when it's a normal concept of one killer versus X amount of victims. But TerraVision and Ilphonic are working on creating a game that includes 3 killers and 7 survivors on a map at the same time. That is a lot of coding and a lot of things that can happen. Stay tuned for information on Killer Klowns from Outer Space the game. Welcome to Mr. Unleashed World.